I chose silence on purpose. When I first went to meet my daughter-in-law's family, I dressed in the simplest clothes I could find. A plain scarf covered my hair, my shoes were worn, and my hands showed the faint calluses of years of work. I spoke softly, almost too softly. I lowered my eyes and let my presence be small. I wanted them to think I was harmless, weak, naive, and they did. They smiled at me politely, nodded when I spoke, yet the look in their eyes was one of mild amusement. They thought I would not understand their world, their wealth, their ways. They judged my silence as a lack of knowledge, my simplicity as a lack of strength. They whispered among themselves, assuming I could not hear. They did not know me at all. I am a mother who has lived through storms that no one sees. I have faced hunger in the night so my children would sleep with full stomachs. I have sacrificed my own dreams to build theirs. I have endured judgment, gossip, and injustice. Yet I carried my head high in secret because life demanded it. Every wrinkle on my hands tells a story of resilience. Every sleepless night, a lesson in courage. I let them believe I was small because I knew there is a certain power in being underestimated. At first, everything seemed calm. The smiles, the polite questions, the conversations around the table, all carefully measured. But slowly, I noticed their assumptions turning into interference. They began instructing my son on how to manage his life. They suggested decisions for my daughter-in-law, treating her as incapable. And all the while, I watched silently. I realized that silence, which had once been my shield, could no longer protect those I loved. It was time to speak. So I did. Not with anger, not with shouting. I spoke with the quiet confidence of someone who has lived through battles no one else witnessed. I may look simple, I said. I may speak softly, but do not mistake my restraint for weakness. I have endured far more than you can imagine, and I am here not because I am powerless, but because I choose my battles wisely. For a moment, the room fell completely silent. I saw surprise, disbelief, even fear flicker in their eyes. They had assumed my compliance would be effortless. They had assumed they could mold me into the image they wanted. But I was neither silent nor simple. I was patient. Then I shared my story, quietly but with every word weighted with truth. How I raised my children alone when my husband could not be there. How I sacrificed nights, sleep, comfort, and comforted heartbreaks I could not avoid. How I learned that endurance is not weakness, and patience is not submission. By the end, they could not meet my gaze. They had underestimated the wrong woman, the one who appeared humble but was forged from years of struggle, heartbreak, and unwavering courage. From that day on, the dynamic changed. No longer did they question my decisions. No longer did they speak over my daughter-in-law. No longer did they believe that silence meant surrender. Because now, they knew. A woman who has survived life's storms silently can unleash a strength far greater than anyone could anticipate. I never acted weak because I lacked power. I acted weak because I knew the right moment to reveal my strength. And when that moment came, I did not just reveal it, I commanded respect. If you believe that quiet women often carry the loudest strength, if you believe patience can be a weapon more powerful than anger, then remember, the underestimated woman may be the one shaping the world around her without anyone noticing, until she decides it is time. Subscribe for more stories of women who turn silence into power, struggle into courage, and invisibility into unstoppable strength.